Do we have messages in chat? Oh, YouTube chat. Go. Twitch chat. Go. Twitch video. Go. YouTube video is a go. All right. So, today I want to do something a little bit fun and maybe Christmassy. I've tried to do things in the past, but I'm always starting too late, and then don't have enough time to think proper. So this month, I'd like to maybe do a few things, at least once each stream. And the first thing that popped to mind is to replace our, I was gonna say potato cannon. It's not a potato cannon, our confetti cannon with a snow. So we have, I originally built it out, and this is from last year. Here we go, confetti gun. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact code I'm still using on the site. Let us find out. And I think since last year, I actually have a little bit of infrastructure to be able to adjust seasonal events without kind of having to do things from scratch. Like there's the seasonal feature, and I think I can stuff some stuff in here. Yeah. All right. The gun, the confetti cannon. Where would that even be? Puzzle events. Ah, yes. Puzzle events. I forgot about that. Good to remember this, because with trigger effects and so on, we might want to, you know, put these together. Let us have a quick review of the code. So, birthday special. I don't even remember this one. Effect confetti. So, the thing I want to see is how close this is to the code I have here in the code pen. In other words, how closely related are there, or is there a bunch of changes? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a new document here, and I'm just going to copy the effect out of here, which is, I believe, this. And then I'll try to sort of align them, right? So, you know, 0 indent. And then here we have also effect confetti. And I'm hoping that these are basically identical. That is the hope. And if I do this, right, I should be able to do a compare. Wait, how does this work again? Oops, I've done this before. I think I need to... Oh, wait. No. If I do these... Diff select tabs, and no new line at the end of the file. Okay, I do this again. Selected tabs, so blank line at the top. Let's do it again. Blank line here, blank line here. Diff. Still says one of them has a blank line and one doesn't. And this looks like spaces, but maybe that's just... Anyway, the files are the same. So that's good to know. The blank line doesn't matter. I'd like it to tell me they're the same. Okay, nothing means they're the same. All right. Sweet. So... Now the question is, do I want to continue in this code pen here? And can I do this on stream? Because the stream cuts off a little bit off the left. So what I might have to do is do this and align it with the stream window like this. Okay, cool. Let's see. Can I just add this in here and have it still work the same way? How was it built here? How is it getting triggered? Right now it's just getting triggered randomly, I'm guessing. So we have LEDFX confetti here. Confetti blast. FX confetti.blast confetti. So ideally what I'll have is something with basically the same API. And then I'll just have both of them trigger. That's kind of the idea. So right now I can do this, right? If I do this. Okay, it sprays from where I clicked to where I'm pointing, while it's also hitting these random confetti blasts. Right, okay. Stop confetti gun, start confetti gun. Okay. Let's see if we can do left button, right button. Console.log. Event.buttons. I believe that should be all I need. So if I do this... Oh. If I do this, it should just say event 1. If I write event 2. Okay. The only thing is... What if it's both? It's 3. And it's only one event? One second. I want to see if I can if I have to handle 1 or 2 or both, or if it's enough to just check which one it is and then handle that one. Let me just double check. Messages coming through. Okay, nobody's chatting, so that's all right. Boom. Release. So I need to do handle mouse up. Where's the mouse button being on up, down? So if I do event.prevent default here. Count. Stop right click menu. JavaScript. I mean, this is just for my own testing use here, makes my life a bit easier. So, stop propagation event.stop propagation. Because the question is... The question is... Do I have to do it on the down event, or is it enough to do it on the up event? Or does the... Because the up event, as far as I can tell, I don't see it. There's no up event. And right now, here on the down event, I'm stopping propagation. Boom. Let's have a look quickly back here, because obviously I've done that on the... on the site as well, because we're using right click for other things. Handle move overlay. Right overlay, stop propagation, event preventer, stop propagation. Mouse up. I don't know if this is enough. Do I have to do it on both? Oops, I pressed F5. Oh, okay. No. The problem is it might just not work within the window of CodePen here. Stop event, keyboard up. Prevent defaults, stop event. Start keyboard down, keyboard up, on key down. Prevent defaults operation. On context body, on context. Oh, do I have to handle the context menu event directly? If I just search for the word context, is this gonna get me something here? Ah, okay, it's on the context menu event itself. Okay, I can do that. Handle yada yada. So if I do funzione handle context menu, and then we'll just do these two here. If I do that, add event listener, that might be enough. Come on, restart it. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so it always fires 2 events. 1, 0. So the 0... It's the state of the buttons after the event. But I don't actually care about that, right? So I just care about event.button, I believe. And I think it doesn't auto-refresh at the moment. up, down, up, 2, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay, so 0 is left, 2 is right. Okay. So we'll do if event.button equals 0, do this, else fx snow. Right. And we'll just do an fx snow here. Boom. Fx snow size 1. Just so I have 2 at the moment, and it'll let me do the thing. All right. So we'll just do this. Let fx equals, if I make an object where element 0 is this, right? And element 2 is this, right? And then I'll just say, okay, now get me the element pointed to it by the button, like that. And that should get me the right event. And then I can just execute it. Whoop, nope. fx. If I do that and run that, what do we get? Oh, it gets me this. And left. And right is the tiny ones. And then left is the big ones. Okay, cool. And we'll do the same thing down here. fx, boom. Cool. Because that should mean, and we'll hide the handle random blast for now. So for now, we'll just hide that, and then this lets us test it with the mouse. So right click, we'll get the tiny ones, and left click with these. And let's make these a tiny bit bigger because I can barely see them, and you probably can't see them at all. They're just little grainy dots. Big ones, small ones. Okay. Now we're gonna clone this, right? So we have effect confetti and effect confetti, and we call it effect snow cannon. All right. And then this one will be effect snow cannon. That should still work once we refresh. Let us switch on the random after all. And then we'll just say handle confetti blast. And here we'll just say let fx blast equals fx snow. And then in the blast handler here, we'll just call it that. Boom. And if I refresh that, look at that. Now, if the only thing we want to change, there's basically 2 or 3 things I want to change. Obviously the color, but potentially the shape. Because now I'm wondering, could I make one effect that's actually configurable enough to do the snow, right? So, for example, the colors it's using could be fed in, right? I'll probably want to debrand it, get the confetti out of there. Yeah, in fact, we have the colors here. They're already configurable. Default config colors. We also have confetti. We have a bunch of properties and classes that I would have to debrand as well, but that's fine. I mean, I'm even okay leaving it branded as confetti and just have it be so configurable. So what happens with this config? Default config gets assigned and overwritten. So we can actually already pass in colors here ourselves. So if I do something like this, snow color palette. I mean, palette. I could just go with grays, but maybe doing something like this might be good as well, right? So maybe we'll just borrow these colors, right? If I just grab these here and pass them in as colors in the config here. And I think it's just an array. Right. And I think these have to be strings because they're basically just CSS color words. Right. So if we do that, we should now get... Hey, look at that. Already icy. Now, the other part is the shape, which I'm not sure if I can easily modify, because right now the shape is... I think it's like a div or whatever. Currently, how does it get updated and moved? Are we doing it on animation interval or on interval 16? I think we're just doing it on timeouts. Is that something I can modify? Interval. If I say in the config here, not default config. I gotta be careful. I don't wanna accidentally change that. If I just say interval 200, I'm guessing that's in milliseconds. And that's just a standard JavaScript interval. No, it's not. Okay, that's the interval at which they get shot out, not the interval at which the visuals get updated. Okay, so I think the updates right now are done. Yeah, okay, so basically it says, okay, I'm getting my head around how it works, right? So right now I think for the duration of 3 seconds, right, 3000 milliseconds, that's the timeout. For that duration, every 16 milliseconds, do the thing, where the thing is fire confetti, and fire confetti does what exactly? It creates the element. All right, so we get X amounts of fire confettis. And then it removes itself again. Okay, then it just generates a bunch of individual divs. So if we kind of pop in here and we look at the confetti container, yeah. But it basically creates like a max 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like maximum of 6. Because currently, is there a maximum number? Or is that because of the interval modification I made? Let's restart that. I think with a shorter interval, there will be more of those. If I go in here, confetti, yeah, okay. So it just generates all these diffs, and they're moved by the CSS animation in here somewhere. So if we change the timing of the animation, so we have the keyframes. The keyframes just gives us the relative actions, but not the duration. All right, here we go. It's also currently anims. How is it choosing the animations? Match random anims. So I think it's randomly choosing them. So if I change this to be only slow, right? And this is actually another place where I can easily customize it, because I can literally add a new animation and potentially just style it using that. So for example, instead of slow, medium, fast, I can have confetti animation debug and have it be ultra slow. So confetti, slow, medium, fast, medium 2. So these are just the keyframe sets that I'm using. And the only difference here is how much rotation happens. Okay. Because you want, it's the slower movement, so you want it to, so I'm rotating it more and scaling it more when it's moving slow. All right. So if I do this, but now say 4, for example, now I should get slow-moving particles, right? And if I make them really big, we should get a good look at them. So if I make them 50 instead of 10, the idea is now right now just to get a good look at what it looks like. Okay, and right now we have a div. We have this. If I put an X into this, and I'm guessing this is the confetti itself. Okay. So if I do Unicode snowflake, I'm sure there's a little snowflake character like this one, right? There's even more than one. Cool. Okay. So if I put these here for a sec. Unicode has literally three different snowflake symbols. That's both cool and also like really that's what Unicode is doing. All right. So let's try this one. So if I do this, can I now style it to have the snowflake be the size of the thing? So height 100% display block. If I say font, I don't know exactly where the size comes from. They're still moving. They're spinning quickly. All right. Where does it come from? I wish I could just freeze it. Can I do CSS animation debugging freeze? Can I just step like through the animation? Pause, resume the animation. Webcap animation play state. Okay. So that might be a fallback. What if I make it something like I also want to add like an extra class through the config. So if I do that, let's see. Because right now what happens is, one sec. So if I go here, confetti container, animation slow, confetti container, confetti animation slow. So we want to do an additional class. So this thing, when it instantiates itself, class confetti, fire confetti bind. I'm trying to think. So we have the confetti container. So all the confettis happen within the container. So each individual confetti particle is independent. So we don't have an extra div that surrounds a group of confetti that are getting blasted. So if I want to add a class, we need to do it individually, right? So let's do something like CSS class equals snowflake, right? And if we do, now the question is, can I override this? I should be able to. So fire confetti is here. That's where I regenerate the diff. We have all of this stuff coming out of the config. Right. And then here we'll probably want to do CSS class. And then we'll say assign class list add. And we'll say class list add. If I put this in here, what will happen if it's not assigned? If it's not assigned, oops. If I do that and then run it, then these shouldn't have, nah, they get undefined. God damn it. Class list undefined. If I put in null, would it add a class null? It does. If I put an empty string, though, it might not. And the empty string must be non-empty. Okay. So, if I do something like this, let classes equals these two, right? And then we'll do that. And then we'll say if CSS classes this.push this class. Like, I wish there was an inlay way of either adding an element or not adding an element. No, that if an element is undefined or null, rather than, like, I wish there was something I could put in here that doesn't add anything. So I could do this sort of inline, and I come across that circumstance a lot, and it kind of bugs me that there's no good way of doing that. All right, so now we don't have that class, and if I add it, hopefully, as soon as it restarts, we'll do that, and Snowflake. Cool. So now we can actually move all our customizations here to Snowflake. Did I? No, okay. So now we can say dot snowflake. And there's probably something cleverer we can do. We can put that in here and remove it from here. And that seems to work. Right. Now, if I say font size 100%, font size. But I think we might have to, yeah. CSS stretch text. Font stretch. Can I stretch text? I'm wondering if we might actually be better off putting the text in there, like, in a different way, where I filter an SVG element or something. Font stretched. CSS. Font size 100%. Like, can I make it 100% of the container? It's the font relative, and the size of the screen differs from every font. Bigger than Times New Roman, for instance, also very close to. Yeah, I think 100% is relative to its own thing, right? The parent element's computed font size. Okay. Not render the same in all browsers. Some friends say so this will be the same. Now, the size of the element is defined by so we're giving distance to size jitter. So size jitter affects the size. And the style, width, height. Okay. Font size, font height, element, height. Font size match element, height. Fit parent block element, yada yada. I don't think it's easy. Flexbox solution scales with browser. Landscape font size, nice clean HTML. No, okay, so this is modern solutions. Okay. So how does that do it? Container full size of page. Center the grid X and Y. Grid size. Width height. Grid will center in container if you want to. Okay. This is how we make the grid. Yeah, okay, the problem is I don't know what the size of the element will be. Size. Constrain the size to exact size we want. Wait, what? Number of rows, column size 8. Grid size divided by size. Wait, what the heck? This is weird. What exactly are they doing here? If I look at this thing, right? And now if I change the size 7 tile. Size 7. A, B, C, D, F, G. Size 7 tile. Okay, it's got a bunch of different sizes here. And those are computed sizes. But how does it get it to be the size of the thing? Line height. Okay. Font size. Is that V minimum? Okay, so it makes it relative to the window. I think. Width, min, height. Yeah, okay, that's just the box itself. So this scales. The problem is it scales the text relative to the size of the thing, not relative to the size of its own container. Vmin. CSS vmin. I think that's relative to the viewport. Yeah, no. Text fill container. Okay, is there a non-SVG version? This is the simplest, most dynamic solution I've been able to find. Min width, min height, resize horizontal container, padding 8, height auto. Width 320, container type inline, size. The frick? Container span, font size 8 pixels, fallback for unsupervised browsers. Font size clamp, minimum 8 pixels, based on 4.5 CQW, maximum 22 pixels. Okay, reason, and if your browser allow, I will shrink. What? Okay. The question is this dependent on those extra styles or on that weird size thing that he provided this thing here? If I do this, it doesn't resize. Okay, font size clamp, CQ. CQW. CSS unit CQW. Container queries. CSS container queries. CQW. CQW. 1% of containers width. So if I do font size 100 CQW. What I don't know is this, what kind of container it is, right? How do I stop them from moving? I think I can just place a snowflake manually, right? If we do this, and then we'll just figure out what one snowflake looks like. Copy element. And then we'll put that... Oh, no. God damn it. Alright, we'll just put that in here manually. Diff class equals confetti snowflake. Diff. So if we do this, do we get a confetti in here? Yes. And that doesn't look too bad, actually. And it's getting adjusted by these things, right? So if I say width and height, so for example, if I say style equals width 10 or 20 px, height 20 px, right? That should adjust it. No. That doesn't seem to adjust it. Confetti, snowflake, width, height, width, height. if I whoop, copy out to HTML. Ah, really? Right. I'm too slow. Yes, I grabbed it with Control C. Okay. All right. What's this gonna look like here? So width, height, left, top, transform, rotate, confetti color, blah, blah, blah. All right. So if I run that, is that gonna give us a second snowflake? Confetti. Run. It's animation. It's animation. It's animated. So if I remove the animation, is that enough? Is the animation used for anything else? I don't know. So left. So 100. Top 100. Let's do outline, NPX solid, magenta. Just so we identify where exactly it is on the page. Okay, let's get rid of the transform altogether. All right. So why is it that long yellow bar? Width 17, height 10. Let's do it, 50 by 50. Okay. So whatever that yellow bar is, it's not conforming to the container. Probably because it's trying to contain the snowflake text. So if we remove this for a sec here, let's do that. Right. So this one is the blue one, and that one is the yellow one, which is kind of strange because I took the color from one of the other effects. Okay, from the confetti effect. All right. So 100 CQW. So I misread that because I thought that was 1% of the query container's width. Like if we put the X in here, we get the big X's here, I imagine. Yeah. So I'm guessing this X isn't looking at this container, but it's looking at this container. 481. 6. I mean, it's still not accurate. So how do I make this the size of that? Position absolute. I guess it depends on what it sees as its container, right? Container has smallest value of either I unit to set the font size of a heading based on the inline size of the container. Font size of the heading based on the inline size of the container. CQI. Oh yeah, inline block, container width, height, inline size, block size. So the problem is right now it seems to look at the outer container as its container rather than itself. So is there a similar thing for just the size of the element, right? Using CSS containment. Using CSS containment improves the performance of web using browsers. Independent of the rest of the content, random optimized performance improved. Okay, that sounds like something I should be adding. Contain content. So with CSS, we apply contain property with value of content for each content value is shortened for contain layout paint style. Information is something that is usually known, likely quite obvious to the web developer creating the page. However, browsers don't know the intent of your content. The article section of content will initially self-contained. All right, that's kind of neither here nor there. I think we can throw that in here. And we can probably throw that in here too. Not sure if that'll make a difference. CQI. If I change that to CQI, do we get two different X's? Get no X's. We still get a weird size though. Display block height 100% before. Let's do the same thing without the snowflake class at left 200 or top 200 just to see the difference. Yeah, so that one is 50 by 50 and that one is 481 whatever, right? Now the funny thing is the only difference is, as far as I can tell, is the font size, right? If I don't set the font size here to CQI, and why it would make the X so wide and not taller is also a mystery to me. Okay, CQI, CQB, block size. CQB, 1% of the container. CQB, CQI. CQmin. If I do CQmin, I don't know if that needs to be capitalized in some weird way. CQmin, doesn't look like it. It's gone back to being big. I think there's a problem with the relative positioning of these two elements. What if I say... I mean, this is position absolute. It's a diff. It should be block, whatever, right? Display block here, sure. And then the before is display block height 100%. Height 100% aspect. What if I do width 100%? What if I say height instead of 100%? We'll set it to the CQ whatever value. That's basically what we're doing here. Ah, no, that's what we're doing with that. Let's try that. I have no intuitive understanding how these values interact, unfortunately. Ooh, it's big. It is big. Outline npx dashed magenta. Or blue. So we don't get an outline? Or am I missing something here? Yeah, confetti color blue. I think that one is not the snowflake. Okay, we want to look at this one then. And the before here. It doesn't give us an outline, even though it's display block. Display block. Why do we not get an outline? Background red. Background red. So we can make it red. But the weird thing is, it doesn't correspond, like, the marked thing, the marked area doesn't correspond to that. I wonder if it's related to the text size in here. If I get rid of that. We have the X up there. Okay. If I make this 10. Oh, it's contained as well. 1. If I make it, like, I don't want to mess with this. Like, I'd like to have this to be accurate. Like, why would that be 5? Why is it so big, right? Because on this one, it's big here as well. Wait a second. Why is it so big? Oh. 50 by 64. So if I go back to height 100% and font size, if I say width 100%, okay, and then we'll say font size bigger. I'm still feeling that this is not relative to where it is, but relative to the total thing. This is show. So if I'm all right, let's try the SVG method then. Because change the grid size by adding the class. Space around it. The problem is this was relative to the total thing, which isn't useful. So if we use this method, if I copy that, make let's clean this up a bit. Put this above these two. Let's make this at top 100, and then these we'll do at top 100, and this one we'll at left 200, right? Now this one will contain the SVG. Now we could potentially then put the SVG in the background. CSS SVG background pattern or filter or whatever. SVG is any way to repeat X. SVG version yada yada. Background image. Like we could potentially just stuff the SVG in there and then scale it accordingly. Alright, for now, I'm just gonna stick it in here. Right? And see what that looks like. I mean, I don't like the complexity it adds, but you know, it's just a gag. It's a one-off gag thingy. Left 200, top 100, top 200. X 50%, X 0, Y 0. If I do this, middle A. I'm not seeing an SVG. Oh, because it'll be down here because of all the shenanigans we've been doing. So we need to de-shenaniganify it. So we'll put it back to this. And then we'll get rid of that. Right? And we'll do that. And I wonder if we can literally put that into the content here as well. And now? Okay. But the SVG is down here for some reason. Oh, because it gets pushed down by the before. Okay. If we do that, can we put the SVG in the before? I'm not sure if this is possible, unfortunately. I don't know if you can put tagged stuff into content. CSS content SVG. Can we put SVG content extend further this topic in case you're on font? You need to add blah blah blah. Content image. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. SVG base 64. Bam. If I do that. Nope. Okay, I have the code. I can do this. I just have to find it quickly. Your utilities, I imagine. SVG. SVG tools, SVG tiny data URI. So that might just be available to me somewhere. Let's put that there. SVG to tiny data URI. Okay. And now we should be able to put that as content. According to what we saw here a second ago somewhere. URL. Background image. We saw it as content somewhere as well. This one, right? Content URL. Overflow visible. Content URL. Like that. What does that look like? Nope, see nothing. Still not seeing anything. Ah. Bad quoting. Do that. Still nothing. To extend inline FIV encoded hash. Okay. Is there something else I need to do? Overflow visible, perhaps? Overflow visible. I'm not getting my outline, which is probably I have the wrong kind of display or something. Let's see how that works. I just need to figure a way to get that character into that. Can I do background? Can I use background image? Ideally, it'll be contained within the inner thing just to keep everything operational. Text anchor middle. Text XY. A/text, yeah. That should be correct. If I do, just to test, if I do on this one, something like background image, that, oh, I wish I could line wrap that. Just that URL. Running out of quotation symbols. Can I escape these here? I'm not sure. Okay, this is painful. If I put them in here like that instead. Right now, I don't even have like a basic confirmation that that kind of SVG URL is even correct, right? Like, let's put it in this thing. I just want to see if we can get that A somewhere. Nope. Right now, I'm not even sure if it's refreshing. Nothing's happening, right? We have this background image. Does not appear to have any style information. Yes. Can I even open this? Is this a valid URL? I feel like this is not a valid SVG. Let me try to rectify this. Yeah. I have done related things in the past. It shouldn't be this hard. So if I go back to here, we'll make this box. We'll do this, whatever, 2020. That's fine. Don't do that. Right? We'll do that. Get rid of that. We'll do this whole thing with the text. We'll do that. And slash SVG, right? Then we run that through our converter, which I don't think I closed. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Is this one? I mean, it's possible my converter doesn't do this correctly either. If I do this, if I say color equals red. If I say show me where it's at. Fill. Nope. Stroke equals blue. Oh. Bottom. Ah. X0, Y0, viewbox. Is this text too big? Are you kidding me? Top. Middle. No. X, Y, 10. God damn it, there it is. All right, if I say, I'll go back to here, red. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go back to where we started. It's possible that all we were missing was a fill here, and that the text was in a weird spot. If I do this and say fill equals red, and then rerun that, and why is the music stopped? It's spinning. That's not good. Is my internet connection struggling? OBS is not reporting any problems. Okay. Why is YouTube not playing anymore? Okay. We're back. I got signed out of YouTube. God damn it. Why does this happen in the middle of a stream? This is ridiculous. Why? Is my live stream still running? Something went wrong. Thanks for nothing, YouTube. Why? Why is the sidebar saying something went wrong? Can we just refresh this, please? No. Why are you sending me elsewhere? God damn it. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Anyway, YouTube is being its usual crappy self. And this time it's really not a problem on my end. I don't know why YouTube just pooped its pants. Very strange. It's like I just got logged out of all my YouTube accounts. Let me just double check something quickly. That happened on another profile as well. Here I'm on a different profile, huh? Which profile am I on here? I switch to this. Okay. And which one am I on here? It's like my two browser profiles swapped which YouTube profiles they're logged into. This is supposed to be on this one. Actually, no, not even on this one. On this one. Right? Yeah. Oh, actually, no, not on this browser profile. Sorry, YouTube is messing with me. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm cold today. All right, I hope nothing got disrupted. Even though YouTube says, oops, something went wrong. It's the chat. Why is the chat broken? Can I just refresh this tab? Okay, here it worked. Also, like, why are there so many errors and stack traces and all this rubbish hopping up in the console? With every page I open from YouTube or any of the big ones, like, holy moly, their stuff shouldn't be this broken. Anywho, did we get this thing here working yet? We added the fill. We moved down the ladder. The letter. Doesn't seem to be working. That doesn't seem to be working. Data image SVGs. So this is the one that if I just open that, it doesn't work. Okay. Which is, oh, because it doesn't have the correct other stuff. All right. So if we go back to here, and we'll start with this thing. That should work, right? I feel like I'm always getting sidetracked by like weird, silly little things that should just work, that really shouldn't be complicated. Like I don't struggle with the hard stuff. Enter fill equals red. I think that's what made it visible before. Hallelujah. All right. So if I do this text 1010 and then make this 20, then it should be bottom aligned. And that should get us a background image. Okay. SVG text size. So if I do this, it should be relative to the size of the thing, right? Oh my god, people are like saying such rubbish. I have no clue. What the hell? So it should just be font size, shouldn't it? But is it an attribute or a CSS style? Font size, okay. So if I say font size equals 20px, will that do the trick? I don't know exactly how it'll translate. Okay, that's the content thing. Okay, so that's not even the background image. So if I can get rid of that, and then now that we have the A there, now the problem is, outline, background color, fill color. So if I say SVG CSS background color as fill color. Can we transfer the background color into the CSS without having to customize the SV? Background color. Using background color property. Fill. Setting SVG using CSS. SVG. Style. Fill. So we could potentially set it via. Okay, well, if I get rid of the fill here, first of all, what are we left with? Because we might still be able to use it as a kind of filter cutout or whatever, right? If I then say fill, like that, right? That should do the trick. Is it okay, even though I'm setting it after the SVG? Confetti color. Fill. Dark confetti color. Fill red. No. What about if I bring that into here? So if I say fill equals that. So if I say SVG fill CSS var. Can we do that? Background, path, fill var primary color. Fill var confetti color. Which should be this. Right? Now the question is it because it's a before and then therefore the cascade doesn't apply? Because, I mean, the fill color here is that weird thing, right? Like, it's all black, the text. It's as if it's not accepting the fill color here. I wonder if there's some character in here that needs to be converted as well. So if I say fill equals var confetti color, like if I do that, it doesn't look like any of those characters are special, but then my function is quite try hard, so it might not be converting things correctly. And I can't even test that, can I? If I change this to red, it works. We've established that. Yeah. Fill equals var confetti color. Ah, maybe not because it's a data URL, of course. SVG var data URL. Yeah, because it's basically a separate document, so it doesn't carry through. CSS SVG as cut out. I think we better off using it as a sort of clip mask or something. Yeah, so if we do that, instead of content, right? Like, if I do that, then I probably don't need most of this other stuff either. No. Ah. Fill equals white. Nope. Black. No. This color, though, is what? It's the background color. So CSS clip path. Clip path URL dot clip path circle clip path units object bounding box URL hashtag circle. That's the other thing we could potentially do. Like if I take this SVG and I'll put it in the HTML, like up here, and we'll convert it back to a real boy, like that, just like that. Right. And then we'll just say ID equals snowflake A. And then here we'll do this. Instead of this, we'll do hashtag snowflake A. And that doesn't work. If I say instead of content, right? Content, clip path. Oh. That's gotta be in here, huh? That's such a weird mix of different things. I don't like it. But since this is a one-off and experimental and it's all about learning stuff, let's just go with it and see if we can make it work. Things will be learned. And if you learn, you didn't waste your time. Except this doesn't work. Something happened though. That's a start. Okay, something happened. Content X. Does the X get cut out by the A? No. Clip path snowflake A. I wonder if there's something here. If I do this, and I'll just say rect x equals 0, y equals 0, width equals 100%, height equals 100%, fill equals red / rect. And then this, we'll just do this for a sec. That should work, right? No. Like that. No, something isn't right. Something isn't quoted properly. And also clip capital P path, huh? Clip path. Does it need a path? Okay, so we're seeing the X right now. What if we make this starting at 1010? That doesn't work. 1 1. Maybe they need units. The X 0, because 0 generally doesn't need units. No? But 0 works? Okay. If I change this to 50, I just want to see the clip path do a thing. No? Oh, no. Where is the clip path? Clip path. Font size. Outline. Clip path. path. Doesn't seem to do a thing. There's something I'm missing. The value of shadow means that the values inside the path are relative to the bounding of the clip path is being applied to. 5%. Immediately broken. X, Y with height. Fill. Correct. I'm using the clip stuff for the fog of war feature, but I'm definitely not using clip path. God damn it. I just want to SVG CSS SVG cut out letter. I mean, man, this is something people do for sure. The text from the start, only left with the text. I want the text. This is text, like exclude option. Mask is easiest for that then. Okay. But we don't want to clip. We don't want to clip CSS within CSS, right? Background image, background size, translate screen, mix blend mode. Can we do it like this? Mix blend mode. Problem is to add a cat text to the image. However, it is not supported. The problem is we still have a problem with the sizing. Unless we do the plain text CSS from earlier. So we'll go back to this. And then we'll make this content. Because we have two problems, right? We have the sizing of the text. And then we'll have the application of color. So this will help with the sizing, right? And then maybe whatever we just looked at, if I can find it somewhere. Somewhere. Pseudo before or after. No. This one. Center the text container. Padding temp, blah, blah. Center text. The question is, yeah, okay, anyway. We don't care about the text. Vertical width. CSS units. Because that's viewport width, right? CSS units relative to container. Container should be pretty handy. So, CSS will contain relation which are composed, blah, 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 blah. So, CSS font height 100% of container. Line height is fine, but make text height 100% of div. That's the hard part. I use this code. Height, font size, height divided by 2. Line height div. Also triggered once to begin. Center, bold, white border, height, vertical height. If you want the size 100% of the div using CSS only, you must change the font size and line height properties. Vertical height, 15 vertical height. But that's only if the div itself is 15 vertical height units. Yeah, if I know the size relative to the viewport, that works. But if I don't know it relative to the viewport, I'll function according to the size of div. But that's JavaScript. Yeah, I want to avoid that. We're already running so much JavaScript. Container units, 50%. View width. Yeah, we've looked at that before. Let's try this thing. So, what is mix blend mode screen? Okay, so let's try that. So if I do this, run. Okay. The problem is the colors on this thing. So it's relative to the what's below it. 4. Oh, inline block display. Okay, so let's get rid of some of the things here that we don't need. If I do this and get rid of that. Alright, still the same. And the mix blend mode. Background image, background size, which contain text. So the text has 1 bit bold, margin 0 up, padding with text align center, position absolute, 1 bit bold, font size, mix blend mode screen. Change mix with mode background color black. If you want the black container text, wait, what? Want a black container text, color white, multiply. Mix blend mode screen. So mix blend mode doesn't seem to do its thing here. If we change this color to white, that do something? Let's just change the color. Oh my god. Content. There are other ways of doing that. Cut those with CSS masks. Apply change rush. Linear gradient. Mask image. What if this is mask image? The problem is I'm modifying what's up here, so I might have to like put a content in here to have it be something anyways at all, right? Ooh. Okay, if I get rid of the X, does that still work then? Maybe that's what was missing? Okay, all right. The outline should be here. If I get rid of the outlines here, right? Okay. Mask image. Mask image. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's something I could deal with. I could give it an array of classes and have it randomly assign them, just like colors, basically. I could do something like this. Do I need this anymore? No. So if I do this right now, and I get rid of... If I do this... Oh, it's already doing it. We got an overflow issue, though. Is it because it's a mask image? So if I do outline 2px solid red, will that tell us what's happening? No, because I think it gets masked out. Damn it. Mask image. Did I see mask mode before? Mask image. Mask position. Mask size. Because I have a feeling that the mask somehow moves away. It doesn't get transformed correctly. So if I say mask size 100%, 100%, and mask position top left, run. The mask doesn't move with the element. Although the snowflakes seem to move, and they just get cut off. Overflow visible. Maybe it's just an overflow thing? But if the element itself is moving, then it should never be able to overflow itself, right? That doesn't make any sense. So as it's spinning, it's drifting. And the drift, is the drift caused by the animation? Translate, rotate, rotate Y, scale, opacity. Translate 3D. I don't think so, right? So the drift itself is caused by... angle, distance. Angle, distance. How are... Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, now I remember. The movement is done with some CSS bollocking. That's why before I had those long strips, right? So, okay, oh my god, I have to reverse engineer how this worked. Okay, because I'm using this... Because we have two elements here. We have the confetti element itself and the confetti before, and that's why it's in the confetti before, right? So the confetti element itself, if we say outline 2px solid blue, for example, right? As the confetti moves, yeah. So that happens, right? And the animation changes the margin of the inner element. The problem is the mask position, I think is not relative to this element, but it's relative to its parent. So the mask doesn't move. God damn it. Mask, image, mask size, mask, position. Also, that style is broken. That's maybe why we didn't get the outline. So the snowflake moves sideways for some reason. Oh yeah, because I think this scales somehow to that, and overflow visible. The problem is, how do I get the mask to move without changing how everything is done? So if we get rid of the mask right now, and did I make the animation slower? Did I do that already? I think if we make it just long, if we make the timeout bigger, right? So if I say timeout 6,000, then the animation will just run slower, right? Because it takes twice as long to move the same amount. We're clipping right now, so it means we're clipping even on the other one that I didn't, supposedly, that isn't triggered with Snowflake, which means I accidentally changed something that breaks it all. And that's kind of problematic because I don't know if I can get a diff on here. I should have really forked this project. So let's go back to here. We know this is supposed to be the same, so maybe we can kind of find these basic styles because they're supposed to be in the CSS here, right? Supposedly. The confetti. Oh, it's not supposed to be this small. Ooh, that's still small. Did I change the sizing here independently? I don't know. 125. Why is the text suddenly that much smaller in here? Hello. Why is this button not working? What happened? That's weird. I think it went into mobile mode. Okay. The styling for this stuff is confetti. Is that in a CSS file somewhere? Or is this manually being attached somewhere else? No, here it is. Why did I not see that a second ago? Okay. So we have the confetti container, that's fine. The confetti, god damn it, stop mobilifying everything. So, content is that. Display block, 100%, aspect ratio 1:1. Background color, transform origin, overflow visible. That's the only thing I've changed here. If I change this to something else, it should be fine. And then confetti container, confetti, absolute, color, transform origin, top left, outline 2pixel blue. Yeah, that should change anything. And then confetti container, absolute hidden. Okay, so this should be the same style. Okay. What's going on then? What else did I change? Damn it. Don't tell me I have to go back all the way. Because that's the left click, right? And then the right click is that. And the left click, I don't think I changed anything here. Even the size is the same. And I didn't actually touch the effects confetti. I only touched the effects snow cannon. So the only differences right now is the outline here. And maybe the HTML? Oh, maybe these things are a problem because they're sitting in here and messing up what's going on around them. Let's hope that's it. Well, I don't see how. Okay. If I get rid of this. Let's just get rid of all of this. For now. We needed to get to work again. No, it's not working. Oh, shoot. Do we have a history here? Uh-oh. CodePen history. CodePen change history. Oh. Do I want to control Z all the way back? Shoot. One sec. Because I just feel like it might be faster for me to go back to where we were, and now with what we know to kind of add that. So if I can go control Z. No, that's not far enough back. No. Oh no. We really should have forked it. Because this is just not working anymore. And I don't know why it's cutting it off. I have no idea. Because this is not applying, right? We didn't touch the code because we did the right thing with the code. If I run the confetti blast, that should be running currently on the FX Snow. But if I run this on FX Confetti, what does that look like? It's now broken. God damn it! Did I change anything about the animations? I don't think I did. Oh, wait, I changed this. But that's only on the slow one. I think it was 3.25. We should be able to go back to here. Slow was 2.1. Wait. Ah, no, it's the debug one. I wasn't even using that one. Yeah, I never switched to the debug one, so never mind. Anything else? Transform origin, confetti before, confetti color. Oh my god, like I'm stuck on like trying to get it to work the way it did when I sat down. That's horrible. Hey Shelby, hey GDC. Hey, glad you appreciate it. I'm probably gonna release it tonight, maybe after the stream, into production. It's kind of a pain in the ass that it's only on beta. A lot of people are gonna be making mistakes. Why is this not working? Why is it getting cut off? Confetti. So we have that. Overflow visible, right? It's almost like it's moving sideways. Did I change a width to a height? Was this width before? Wait. Because I'm using the scales above it to modify the size of the particles and the distance they're moving. And I remember messing with this width and height thing, but here it's... Oh, wait, here it's height. So this is supposed to be height. And then the movement is supposed to be by adjusting the margins here. But it clips them. God damn it. Okay, 1-1. Height 100. Display block. Content empty. Confetti before, not after. Transformers in center. Confetti color. Here, what we got? We got magenta. That's just a check color. Absolute. Contain content. That's actually something I've changed. Oh, maybe that's similar to overflow. God damn it. It didn't... Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. We're back in action. We are back in action. Let's see if we can figure this out. Okay. Let's hope I didn't go scorched earth here. Hey, look at that. All right. All right. Wow. That changed where I said, oh, well, I won't affect anything. So I don't even need to test it. It's just a performance thing. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Experience told me, don't do that. All right. Now, mask image comes back. I wish I could apply the mask image via a different, thing. But, Now, can we apply a variable? I was just thinking, can we put a character into a CSS variable? Like, for example, I don't know, if I say content is var confetti content, right? And then somewhere up here, wherever we set these variables, so if we run that, right? So colors. When we're setting the color, it doesn't like that, huh? Okay. Let's just see where the color variable is getting set. Confetti color. So if we say confetti content, and we'll set it to X, right? Is that gonna do the thing? I don't know when this is on or off. This is on or off. Okay. So I'm changing effect confetti. for var confetti content. CSS var content. Can we store custom properties var before after content? CSS var before after content. Blah 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 blah. There's no way to convert between types of values like that. Color after content color. The reason it produces content instead of content, which makes sense. Currently, it seems that the following is not possible. However, it seems there's no way to add quotes or otherwise convert content to string with content differentiation, which seems unfortunate. So it looks like content should be possible. So if we wait, how did they express that? Content var. So if I say confetti content X, right? And I don't, let's leave that out for a sec. Now if I do this, okay, we get little axes. And if we do that here, confetti content A, what do we get then? Nothing. Element style property color. Confetti color. Confetti content. Get property. Snowflakes, yeah. So we'll do. If I do that. Before and after. Now the problem is this is going to be super spammy because it's going to do it once for each particle. So probably it's not going to be useful. Oh, get property is not a function. Style. Style set property. Okay. And priority. Style. Get property value. Okay. And I really need to go to the bathroom. Maybe you need to add double quotes in set property. No. Set get. No. How many quotes doesn't make a difference. So it gets it as empty, even though it's set to X here. And then once it gets changed to A, it doesn't work anymore. Confetti content. Which is strange because... Wait, what if... this seems weird. I don't think we'd have to double, like, pass the quotes in. Oh, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Okay. Now, have this. Mask size, mask image. Now, unfortunately, we can't pass variables into SVG data URLs, which is so annoying. What I'm thinking right now is if we say randomize property or randomize variable. So we could do something like this. Like we could just random var, right? And what we need is that. And then we'll need a, basically this color that, right? And then we can basically replace that. So what we'll do here is, and we'll do the same thing with here, a random var and its color, and then here, let's do it for now in the actual confetti one. And then we'll do random var here. And then we'll do for confetti animation anim. So for const name val of object dot entries random var boom console.log var name val. Now val should be an array. God, I have an itch here and it's not going away. It's not going away. We want to do this, right? So, vals. Oops, vals. Const val. Vals. Vals. Boom, boom, boom. Val. Vals, val. So if I do that, and I run that, it's gonna flood our thingamajig, right? Boom. But it should pick a random number, random thing here, and it should say, now, okay, now color is one of these, right? And then we should be able to say elements of property, and this should become confetti dash whatever name val. And then we don't need to do that anymore, right? And suddenly the whole animation thing, so this isn't going to be used anymore. We'll do that first. We'll move that down to here. Because that's not a variable. Because I was thinking maybe we can do the animation the same way. So class list animation. I'm wondering if we could put this into a variable somehow. Like, I mean, we could do that. Okay, we don't need to do that right now, but in theory, that can now completely replace the color setup. Right. Okay. Now, the blah 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 random var color. We don't need that anymore. And then here, we don't want to change the content anymore. But we want to set the default color here, and then content should just be empty. Right? Right. And now, we could, in theory, do something here. So, snowflakes. If we now do something similar to this, and we'll say mask image, we'll take that, right? And so dash dash var dash dash confetti mask image, right? And then we'll have here mask image, and then we have an array of these guys, something like that, and that's just a string of that represents a CSS value, right? So here it's not getting applied. It is not getting applied because it's using the other, okay, it's using the effect confetti here. If I do this, get rid of that, run, CSS class snowflake doesn't even apply. Well, okay. I'm implementing it in the old one. And I shouldn't. I should. But we probably want to add the CSS class thing here. Well, I might as well move the code up here now. In for a penny, in for a pound, I suppose. We'll do that. Right. And what was the CSS class code? Minimize all these. We don't actually need those. So we did that. And that was before the element assign. We can actually probably do after the element assign. Petty. If CSS class, classes, add. Boom. There we go. All right. Run. Did we change? Nope. Yes. Okay. And now we should be able to make 3 of these and put in the 3 different snowflakes. It's a little awkward, but it's super flexible. Because the underlying code doesn't actually know much about what we're doing here. Right? Now we should be able to just randomize these 3. Now, do we want to add biases? How many to choose? You could always just add more to the list. Do we have 3 different snowflakes here? I'm not seeing them. Every now and then I feel like I see one of the spiky ones, and the other 2 are basically the same, just... Okay, so now if we make these smaller and make them fast, or randomize the 3. Hey. And now we could bias the colors a little bit towards white. So we could just add white a couple of times. Do I still have the color palette that I was using? Here we go. That was the color palette, right? So maybe add white and the one to its left. So let's reorder them. This one is the second darkest color. Right? So now we have it... we have this color, then this, then this, then this, then this. And then let's put the white at the end. So now they're roughly in order of brightness. Right. So let's do white twice. Let's do gray twice. And let's do this light blue twice. So they should all be more frequent than the darker blue ones. No, not reload. Should be saved. I hope it's saved. Did I save the color changes? Looks like I did. Right? And if I increase the size jitter and the distance jitter, maybe make this 25. The jitter is basically it moving the property up and down accordingly. Cool. And this will make it go less far. The blue still stands out a lot. Can I just... Like, if I go in here, I put in that, and then I make it brighter. Hue, saturation, luminance. 80. 80. And then go back to this. Oops, I changed this. Not what I meant to do. Alright. Actually, the white flakes don't make a lot of sense because on a white background they won't be super visible. So EA, we probably want the white to be a dirty gray. EF. So if it's like an F9, we don't want it to be a pure white because it just won't show against the white background. And it should still support the old system. And now the new one. I don't know if I need to rename that or something. I'd like to change the anims. If I could turn those into a variable, but I think I'd have to basically put all of this into a variable. Or var confetti, like animation? What if we do this? Would that work? And if I get rid of these... Oh, wait, what? That's before... Oh, no, wait, we're working on before. Okay. If I get rid of these, and then say before animation var confetti animation. Like if I do that, that should affect both. Okay. Considering I have... Yeah, so these are all the slow animation now, so there's no variability anymore. Can I... Slow, medium, fast. Slow, medium, fast. If I do this, make them into 3 variables. If I say something like confetti animation slow, medium, or med, fast, and let's write it out. Right, and then medium is this, and fast is this, right? Then we'll do confetti animation var confetti animation slow, right? So now we have a second sort of indirection, variable indirection, right? Whee. Oh, that's weird. What? Did I screw something up here? I don't know. It feels like before it was working, now it's not, even though I don't feel like I've touched anything that should affect the animation. Let's do that again. If I do that, and I just click, it goes that way. Where was I applying the class before? For the animation. Anim, confetti animation, anim. So the confetti animation is applied here. Oh, but the variable's applied here. Ah, wait a second. This is bugging me now. Can I get that back to normal? If I move that then from here to here, does that still work? Or is the variable setting here all confused now? It's a cool effect, but not what I was looking for. Shoot. So it needs to be defined above. I think. Is it enough to put it here then? Because these are just defaults, right? The class gets applied to... Wait, the class gets applied to the element which is the div. And then it itself sets animation on before. No, so the animation is being set here. No, yeah, no, this should be right. This should work this way. But it looks like it's rotated 90 degrees right now. And if I just hardcode this... Ah, wait a second, maybe it's still getting overridden. No, it shouldn't, because it's just applying a class, and the class doesn't exist, so it shouldn't do anything, right? So if I just override that, and do this here... Because I'm wondering if the animation picks up something, some property relative to this, and then when it gets applied here, it just doesn't work. No, it's still incorrect. Okay, so if I then reset it to how it was before, and just uncomment these, does that fix it, or did I just break something else again? I broke something else again. Fucker. Okay, shoot. Let's just, again, get rid of these. They're just giving me mental noise. You know that? You know that? Alright, so, color and mask image, that's fine. This one uses the default setting, alright, fair. Default setting still has this, animations, random var color. Okay, so the color has been 100% moved to the variable, so that's working. The animation is now getting offset by the way the thing is getting scaled and rotated. And we're back to the original code. So I don't think anything I'm doing here should be affecting anything. Let's put all this together here, all these variables. Unless the order of some of these things matter. I sure hope not. Okay, that's still getting offset to the side. Oh wait, maybe that's still up. That should be a problem. Oh wait, I commented that out. How did that happen? God damn it, that was it? All right, let's go back to removing these. Make sure it breaks in the way it's supposed to now. So now we shouldn't have the animation. Yeah, perfect. Then we add the animation here. Now it should just be all particles have the same confetti slow animation, but it should work correctly. Okay. Now we move the animation into the variable. So now this should work as long as we set the variable up here, which is this bitty here. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, that seems to work. And now we're creating 3 variables with 3 different names, and we're assigning that to the actual variable. Or right now, we're just assigning slow. And then we can just move that into the thing. Okay. So now what we can do is... we can... we should be able to go to the default configuration. We should have animation. And it should be these 3 strings. Slow, medium, and fast. Medium and fast. And those are just our preset animations, which then can be overridden by the user of the tool, me. right? So now we should have slow, medium, and fast, and they should get mixed. And I think that's what we're seeing. Yeah, and we're seeing different animations being set down here. In great jitteriness. Okay. But, in theory, we should also be able to define the entire animation down there. So we should be able to just... So let's hide that. We should be able to take these three. And we can just put them down here. And we can just do that. And instead of doing that, we can just do this. Boom, boom. 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 And that should also work, just the same, right? You can just directly set it to the value. And considering how long this is, we might as well do that. Yeah. So I think we're just going to stick with that, and we're just going to get rid of that. And we might want to put that in here as a default. That's fine. Boom. And then these... medium 2, I don't think these are useful at the moment. Yeah, I think we want to get rid of these. Do we still... What is the difference? It's the rotational stuff. I mean, that's kind of up to whoever uses this to kind of go in there. Maybe we'll put the animation... Nah, put the animation at the bottom. But let's move the snowflake stuff out of here. Right. Do we want to have arbitrary other properties that can be assigned? So we don't need to do this stuff here. Okay, so first of all, we don't need that. Second of all, we don't need that. And we don't need that, I believe. Okay. So we could either do this and then use the extra CSS class, or we could literally just say, hey, add this whole style sheet. But I think the classes make sense, and then the styles can be somewhere else. We don't need that. Confetti animation anim. So that's no longer necessary. Right? So that should still work same as before. No, anim not defined. Anim. Where is anim used? Anim. Yeah, there's no Canadian code we're not using. Anim is not defined. Who cares? Who cares? Anim. Animation dash. Anim. But that's here. Okay. I thought I had commented that out. Oh, classes. Oh, wait. Animation. Add. Classes. Class list add. Confetti animation anim. Okay. 1 second. I still wish I can get rid of that. If I do ... undefined, we get that. If I do this undefined, if I go so you can't ... undefined because it's not an array. No. Array. Array null. Array undefined. Yeah, like without a filter call, and then it doesn't make any sense. Okay. We'll do that. We can get rid of that. So that should now work without blowing up. Boom. Boom. Okay, I don't know how I can make it denser though. Oh. Okay, so simplify this code. It's always nice. Get rid of that. We can probably do that. Get rid of that. Now, to get more particles, xdx angular distance from 2 yada yada yada. To get more particles, let's get rid of the snow cannon. We don't need that anymore. To get more particles and to get them more size jittery. So if I make them smaller but more jittery, and to get more particles, I basically have to manipulate the timing stuff. I do this and make this 20. I don't want to make him too small. The size jitter doesn't seem to be to apply too well. Get jitter. So get jitter should just be plus minus, right? Jitter max round minus 0.5. So minus half of it plus half of it. Yeah, okay. Weird. The size doesn't seem to go down that far. Size is 20. Size jitter is 40. So it should go from 0 to 40. In fact, it's probably a bit too much of a jitter. Like, do something like that, maybe. Like, they all seem to be the same size. Wait a second. Does that not affect our thing? If I do size jitter 40 here and size, let's do that. Let's make them one-liners. If I do size 25 and then size jitter 40 on this one, I keep forgetting that the mask might change how it looks. I don't see the size jittering, if I'm honest. They all seem to be very consistently the same size. So I feel like the size isn't getting applied. Conf size, width, height, distance, height, size. Okay, that could be that I've removed another property that was required for this to work. Outline 2px solid blue. So let's see if the outline shows us different sizes, which I think are one of the two dimensions, right? They all seem to be the same. Oh gosh. All right. Solid blue. The size gets applied to the parent element, right? Style, width, height, left, top, transform, width, height. I didn't change the spelling or anything like that. If I make the expiration time super long, will I have enough time to click on and look at the properties? So if I make this 15 seconds, well, what's that gonna look like? No. All right, let's get this up first. No, god damn it. All right, click on that. So width, height 25, height 25, height 25. So height doesn't seem to be jittering. Size jitter, size plus size jitter, conf size. I'm not using the conf size. God damn it. It's just, that's been broken. So that's always been broken, and it's probably also broken on the site. I didn't even realize. All the confettis have always been the same size, and they were not meant to be. Great. Great. I think that's super great. All right. And now the snowflakes should have quite a range of sizes. Okay, here we go. All right, we can go back to this Size jitter 10 is probably more than I expect now because it didn't used to have any jitter, right? So it goes like from super tiny to super big. So this should be actually be less. And then these probably should also be a lot less. So probably we want to start like at 15 and then have a jitter of 10. Yeah. That's always been a little suspicious. Okay, so you have the confetti, we have the snowflakes. Now the snowflakes are hard to see because they're so bright. So maybe we'll want to do them a little bigger. We'd want to make them bigger, not more jittery. Do we want to do something about outlines? Do we want to... I mean, what we really need to do is change the whites. Especially if the background is going to be white, right? And if we want to have more elements, more particles, we don't really want to change the timeout. Oh, and animus, yeah, that doesn't make sense anymore. Timeout, and what was the other property? Interval. If we do the interval smaller, timeout. But interval is basically each interval. So we can do it faster. It'll just, because it's 60 milliseconds for 60 FPS. But we can basically, if we make it half that, it would mean, it just would mean it fires 2 particles every frame. But it should still work. So if I do this, and then this would be super dense. Now I feel the rotation, the initial rotation isn't randomized enough. Like, it feels like the particles are sort of rotating along the same rotation. Like, The only way to do that would be to randomize the animations more, to have more different animations. The problem is the animations are defined by these keyframes things. So I'd have to create new keyframes. You know, I'd have to do slow 1, 2, 3, fast 1, 2, 3 with different angles. Like, I never found a good way of modifying the angles better. Like, I wonder if one way of doing it would be to have like 2 classes and then animating from one class to the other, but I don't think that works. Because we're just going from 0 to 100, right? Then I could have, like, it looks a bit weird. But I guess since you're just doing one quick blast, the problem is they all rotate sort of along the same set of whatevers. Oh, wait a second. Okay, the animation here. Wait, I did change... Did I change the animations how they worked or not? I forgot. I forget now. Okay, wait. So... Okay, so this is not a thing anymore. Yeah, okay. I did add it. It's here, animation. And that's the var animation property on here. Color, content color animation. And then here, content. Yeah, content is just not getting randomized at all. Content, color, animation. Okay, if we now add our random blasting back and make this the FX snow. I didn't expect this to take so long today. Okay, now if we change the background to white, I expect it to not work so well. Like, if we do this, what's the snow gonna look like? It's not too bad, actually. Yeah, I don't like the synchronicity of the animations. And it almost doesn't feel like the animation is properly randomized. Let us see. Equals, Alright, let's do this. Put that there. Comment it out. Do that. And then if name equals animation. Just to see if we're getting actually a selection of different properties here. If name equals animation. If name equals animation. Random var object.entries. What the heck? Animation. It should be there. Maybe that console isn't super useful. Color, mask image. Oh, because it overwrites random var. Shoot. God damn it. Okay. We need to do it differently. So we need to do something like var underscore color, var underscore blah. Or it goes through by each key and assigns it separately. Because the problem with this is the object assign will just overwrite that. So let's do it this way. And we'll do something like that. And we'll do this here. And then we'll do that. Right? And then here, we'll do the same thing-ish. Like that. Move these to the bottom. Put the timing ones first. Put these there. Change the order here as well. Keep them consistent. And now we won't do this. We'll do this would have been too easy. Can't have it that easy. So we'll do so instead of this, we'll do for, well, of this.config. Prop files. If prop, if boom, var underscore dot test prop, or actually if prop dot starts with var underscore, we'll do a thing, right? Good enough. And then we'll do all that. And let's do this again, just so we know what's going on. So, vals. If, and we'll just actually do the whole thing. And then confetti, prop. If I want to take off the first n letters, we'll want to slice whatever n minus yada yada, right? So if I take a string, okay, if I take a string var animation dot slice 5, 4, okay, And we already know it starts with var underscore. So we can just do this. Slice for val. And vals. Yeah. So if I do this, hopefully that will get us to the place that we want to be at. One second, let me just check where Toby is. So I know if I need to wind down the stream. Well, I'll probably wind it down soon anyway, since we really need to go to the bathroom. Where is Toby? 2 minutes ago. Is that near here? Okay, so Toby's on his walk. Okay. And in fact, he's in the park, which means he's going to be heading back here soon-ish. Alright. What did I do not correctly? Unexpected, squiggly, brace, bar, bar animation. All of this should be fine. Failed to fetch. Next with syntax token. Unexpected token, squiggly bracket. Where? At. That's not a thing. If open close. Did I not close a brace somewhere here? Let me just syntax check this over here. Ah, wait, this is complaining. Is this one? Maybe. What? Okay, we have pen. Wait, why pen? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, god damn it. Prop. Not name. I guess there's a variable called name. Global variable. Alright, so now we have animation, slow, fast, medium. So I see different animations. And I think randomness has returned. Even for the snowflakes. Yeah, and that now they're not all aligned, which that was the real problem I was trying to fix. Because they were all running the exact same animation, so they were all kind of aligned with each other, and it looked just horrible. Alright, so we can get rid of that. Now I think the whole thing makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Alright. I think it's sufficiently dense. Is the size of the particles changing as it moves? I don't think so. I think it's determined once and it's just the same. Because it kind of, when they're close to each other, they look bigger. Because there's less space and then they look more sparse. But in reality, of course, you'd have to grow the particle to make the density seem consistent, right? Phew. And if I make this half again, does that result in more particles? I'm not sure it does, actually. 320, 460, yeah, seems like it. 282, 300. If I make this 1 millisecond, that should be 16 times as many particles as original. 128, 247, 360. Because obviously they're overlapping a bit. And stuff like that I have to be careful because on a phone that might cause a problem, right? Especially now with the mask effect. Boop. Okay. Let's go back to 8. I don't think it needs to be that dense. And now let's quickly see if we can transplant the code and the styles and all of that stuff into the old system. So let's first of all move these keyframes above. No, I don't need to. I don't need to move them above. But we need to do a few adjustments here. Yeah, not that. So confetti, absolute. Now we have 3 values, and in fact, do that here, do that here. And then we'll actually do that, and maybe instead of magenta, blue is fine. Right. And then here we have this. Comes from origin center. All right, and now background color is no longer that. Content is no longer that. Display is block. Here we can do this. Display block, yeah. So that should all be fine. These we won't need anymore. DT we'll need to figure out. I don't think it changes. Okay, that DT is, I think, a complete separate effect. All right. And then we should be able to just translate, because earlier we established this was the identical code. So we should be able to just replace the effect code. Effect confetti. So we should be able to just take that out, put that in like that, indent it once or twice, like this. If I save that now, what does our diff look like? Is it sane? Is it sane in the membrane? Okay, so yeah, we have our little CSS class added. We've got that changed. We've got that changed. The styles. We have this reorganization here, and we just have the little bit of code for that. And then we need to add... I don't think actually we need to add anything. So if we go to localhost, boom, yada yada, SCF. And I think I might be in DT mode. No, I'm in confetti mode. Can we get a refresh here? If I do this... Oh, no, makes sense, because we didn't change... We changed the code, but we didn't change what actually would happen, right? So, now, to create a new effect... effect confetti. So, because we have the DT effect, does affect DT does it have the same API as the? Does it have like fire, confetti, trigger? Yeah. Okay. Now I remember. We have effect confetti, which is then wrapped in the puzzle effect confetti, which generates the API that we need. Okay, so now we can have puzzle effect snow cannon, right? Which under the bonnet will just use effect confetti with the configuration that we figured out, which is not here, which is not here, which is somewhere in here. Namely, more or less this. Right, so, and the size, we'll prefix that to here. Angular jitter. Wait, what? And distance jitter 20. Angular jitter. So this has been tuned. Okay. And interval a time of whatever size goes there. Okay. Then we have the snow colors and all of that. And other than that, it's identical to other stuff. Okay. And then puzzle effect. Puzzle effect. No cannon. Effect. And then down here, this is, we're gonna just substitute, and now, hopefully, this should work. No. 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 No, 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 because we have the class that's missing. So we have snowflake before. All right. So just like we have the DT dude, we potentially have snowflake before, and we'll have that. And the mask image should be added by the configuration that we have somewhere. Somewhere here. Mask image. There we go. All right. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. If I do this, and we'll put 3s in all corners. Now, is this just me or they're stuttering a little? All right, so I think they don't need to go so far. How do we make them go less far? We time them out sooner. Or we make them just go slow. Hey guys. Alright, so the animations are currently any of the 3. So if we go back into here, we could change those for the puzzle effect snow cannon. And basically just skip the fast animation. 1.25 seconds. Timeout. Yeah, timeout is actually not how fast it travels, it's how long it runs. This is actually how fast it travels. So the faster it travels, the further it'll go. No. How far it goes is determined down here somewhere, right? Basically, with these keyframe setups, right? The 105%. How does the scaling work to get the final size? Because we're adding jitter, but I didn't see a base size number. Size. No, yeah, we have the size, sorry. Distance jitter. Distance jitter. Distance. The distance is just the jitter number? Width. But the distance... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Does it make sense? Because... this would mean that goes from -10 to +10. Huh? Because plus equal. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. It's plus equals relative to the distance of the original cannon shot, which is determined elsewhere. So if we look at this trigger, timeout, width, height. So yeah, okay, so this goes halfway. So this points towards the center from 2. So it always blasts towards the center, but I don't actually want it to go that far. So if I from 2, steady, 2. Basically, we actually don't want to go the whole length. We want to go a certain amount in that direction. And that's being calculated by get angdist. Angular and distance. Angular distance. I don't want the trigonometry. The reason I pointed it at the middle of the board is because it doesn't change. But if I want to now go a quarter of the way from position X, position Y, can I do that? I can do this minus this multiplied by 0.25 and then add that back in, right? No. Okay. All right, let's see. From to that. Let's put it off to the side. See it. Of scroll height here. Boom. There we go. So if we refresh that, and I'll put the 3 there. So we have from this to that. And dB left, dB width. So that's the center. The from X, Y, X, Y. So if I want to go a smaller percentage of that, so what I can do is I can say 2, 0 minus, so 2, 0 equals 2, 0 minus from 0. Oops, nope. 2, 0 minus from 0. I'm in a completely different place. Where we find our place again. So we'll subtract from, and then afterwards we'll add it back in. Up there. We'll add it back in, but we'll multiply that by 0.5. So now that should shrink the distance to half of what it was before. I think. We'll find out. That kind of looks correct. Of course, it's only done in one dimension. So on the Y, it's still stretched out. Alright, so we'll do it in both dimensions. Let this scale equal 0.5. Do that. We can easily manipulate that. Maybe set it to a quarter eventually. So now we can mix the fast one back in. There's no reason. In fact, we might want to remove the slow one now. The slow one might be too slow at that distance. Okay. We can increase that. Timeout is how long the particles will float. Yeah. So it's kind of speed because we'll just sort of fade out here. I like it. We'll probably want to give it a wider angular jitter now. Something like this. 1 second. Let me put on the noise cancelling. That doesn't seem to help at all. All right. And can we do more jitter? Do this 30. If I make this 60 degrees and the distance jitter, bring it up to 30 as well. Or is that just too messy? I just want to give it like a little bit of a blast. I think that the position jitter is actually good because it makes them not all start from the same spot. Yeah. And it's subtle enough because of the light color. 1, 2, 3. That it's not really too distracting, I think. In fact, arguably less distracting than the confetti. Sweet. And, you know, people won't notice it right away. You probably only notice it if there's a 3 in the corner on a CDC video or something. 80, I think it's a bit too harsh. 60 was too narrow. Boom. Hey, look at that. I'm happy with that, actually. Let's see. Is there any weird logging stuff that I need to get rid of? If not, I think that's already ready to publish. Into beta, at least. And it's a nice little addition. So it's a temporary replacement for the confetti down here. I don't think... 3 in the corner. Still trigger. Add trigger. 3 in the corner. Doot. Add effect. Or do I want to replace both of them with the snow cannon? Yeah, maybe I'll do that, actually. So, if I do this, snow cannon, right, and then I'll do snow cannon. I don't even remember what the default was, if it's doot or confetti. Snow cannon, puzzle confetti, puzzle snow cannon, add trigger. Why? Yeah, why does it do that? Gameplay, visual, visual, advanced, experimental, confetti, doot, off. So it's set to that. Yeah, I'll basically have to rename them then to get them to be snow. Where is... Because I can't guarantee, like, if I just add a new one, then nobody will actually see it. Like, only new users will see it. So I'd have to temporarily make both of the original ones be dudes. Basically. So basically, if I do this, but then I also do this, make them all snow cannon, comment these two out, right? Add snow cannon here. So now the original two will be commented out, and then snow cannon will get added in. Okay, we can put the snow cannon. Oops. Actually, let's. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then the settings get added how? Effects. Get trigger effects. Get trigger effects. Trigger name. Get trigger effects. Let's fix trigger name. Trigger effects. So we can add multiple trigger effects. Add trigger effect. Trigger. Okay. And effect. Add trigger effect. Push effect. Trigger effects. There are multiple options. Add trigger. Add effect. Add trigger. Effects. Off. Trigger 3 in the corner. Add trigger. Trigger effect. Let's just add 1. That's 1. Because we can still have all 3. I don't actually know how to add a third one to the setting. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, right now, all 3 are the same effect, which is kind of the point of a seasonal event, right? Okay. Nope. Not where I want to go. And then if I go here and look at that, that doesn't change. I know. Next. Oh, wait. No. Huh. Setting. Feature settings. The feature settings. Off. Ah, okay. So, here we'll probably want to do snow cannon. Value snow cannon. Label snow canon. Now, what I'd love to do is be able to preserve people's settings and then force everybody in the Christmas period to the Christmas setting. But so the other because right now all three will give you the snow cannon. But what I would prefer is to force change it and then let them manually, like people who don't like it, let them change it back. I think off should still work though. That I don't want to disable. Yeah. Okay. So for now, all three will be snow cannon. Boom. Okay. The other option I could do is I could say, hey, if the user has a setting, force it to snow cannon. If they don't have a setting, set snow cannon. But no, because I want the idea is to let people change it back. But right now there's no way of identifying somebody who who's been here and hasn't manually set to something else. Anyway, if people complain, screw it, I'll change it back. We'll figure it out. All right. So let's bump the version. Let's just triple check our change list. Only puzzle events got changed. It's not in the seasonal one, unfortunately. I need to improve that system, to be honest. But maybe throughout this month, I'll come up with other things, and eventually I'll figure out how to do that properly. Added snow cannon effect. And our effect trigger system, trigger effect system, yeah. Come to think of it, the 3 in the corner should just be a trigger, and puzzles should be able to define their own effect. Interesting idea. We'll look into that. Alright, let's do that. And let's do a deploy. It should be, right? I feel like I haven't done deploys enough lately. That I'm sort of hesitant, let's say. Alright, so that's not beta. If I go to beta, right, and we'll do an easy puzzle. We'll open the console just in case there's some spamming shenanigans that I want to stop. Alright, let's solve this easy NYT from today. And lately I've been trying to solve the easy ones without marking anything. So, I'm not going to mark 2s in here. I'm going to try to find specific digits that are just available. Like, 1 is here, 1 is here. And I found it like actually good practice. Helps, you see for example, the 2s. Like, just to help me get better at just spotting basic things. Okay. 3s. There's a 3 down there. So we got a 3 here, got a 3 here. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Perfect test. Beautiful. Alright. 4s. 4s. Don't know where here. 4 here. 4 here and here. And here. Okay. 5s. 5. Oh. 5. 5. 6s. I'm resisting double clicking as much as I can. 6s. Alright, 7s here. So that's the that's the 1. 7s here, here, here. One of these 2 down here, so that one, this one, and this one. 8 here, and here, and here. Up here. Here. And here. And 9s. 9 here. And what we're missing here. Missing a 1. Missing a 1. 9. Forgot about that one. 1 missing from here. Missing a 1 here. Missing a 2 here. 1 goes here. 2 goes there. And that's a 1. Finally, a 1 here. Sweet. All right. I think it's a bit subtle. It's almost too subtle, but you know, it's the 1st of December, so we can wind it up from there. So that's not too bad. Cool. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. It was a bit of a lighter-hearted one. I'd like to intersperse these when I can. There's a couple of to-do items on my list that I hope to get to, but I did not. Maybe next time. Awesome. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really need to get to streaming more often. Hey, GDC, thanks for sticking around till the end. Appreciate it. Whew. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. Have a good evening.